this problem, it tells us if 3n minus 8 equals 9/5, what is the value of 3n minus 3? Here's a long way to do the problem. If I added 8 and then divide by 3, I've solved for n, and then I put n back in there, I would multiply by 3 and then subtract 3 and get an answer. That works. Here's the shortcut. They both have 3n. All I had to do was solve for 3n. If I solve for that, then I can just substitute it in for that information and subtract by 3. Now, someone did think about, how do I get rid of that 5? You could multiply by 5 on both sides, but then you had to distribute, which is fine. So if I add 8 to both sides, I can't add 8 to 9/5. So I have to make this a common denominator. If I take 5 times 8, what do you get? 40. So I'm going to multiply this one by 8 and see what happens. Class, multiply across, what do you get?
72
over 40. And if I make this one a fraction, how do I make that one a fraction? Over 1. And I want a denominator of 40, so I'm going to have to multiply that one by... Actually, you know what? Why did I do that? I should have just multiplied this one by 5 over 5. My mistake. Because if you did that, you would get what? 40 over 5. Class, what's 40 divided by 5? 8. So I have, let's add these two, 9/5 plus 40/5. What did I do there? In order to add a fraction, the denominator needs to be the same. Well, how do I get this one to be a 5? I just multiply this one by 5 over 5. Now I can add the numerators. Class, what's the 9 plus 40?
49.
So I have 3n equals 49 over 5. You don't need to add the denominators, the bottoms of the fraction. Now, interesting enough, one of your distractors, one of the multiple choice is 49 over 15, not 49 over 5. But class, is this our answer? No. What I can do next is I can just substitute that into for the 3n. I get 49/5 minus 3. Partner A, tell partner B, what do I have to multiply in order to be able to subtract the fractions? Go. Show me with your fingers. What number do I have to multiply by here? 5 over 5. You're really multiplying by 1. So up here, did you guys notice you can multiply any number times 1 and it doesn't change the number? So over here, the reason why I'm multiplying by 1 is we multiply across. Class, what's 3 times 5? 1 times 5. Do they have the same denominator? Now we can subtract the numerators. Class, what's 49 minus 15? 34 over 5 is our answer. And is letter choice A. Now, let me show you guys one more super fast way of doing the problem. This is the same 3n, and this is a minus 3, this is a minus 8. How do I get this to be a minus 3? You could have added actually 5 to both sides and then solve for n. So let's summarize. You needed to solve for what is not just what is the value of n, you need 3n minus 3. One way of doing the problem is you could have just solved it, add 8, divide by 3, take the n value, substitute it in there, multiply by 3, and subtract by 3. That's a lot of work. Or we can just solve for 3n and then subtract 3, or as Joe said, we can just add 5 on both sides.